All right, folks, this is Flora's place, and I believe Flora is the boss of the Alacrity Guild. Let me read their blurb. So this is a hospitality house for the guild. There's a daycare area to leave our children while we're off saving Azeroth, although the rascals do cause mischief, such as summoning Bloody Mary in the bathroom mirror and using engineering equipment to blast a hole in the wall. At least they haven't found the hidden treasure loft in the main bedroom yet. See if you can figure out what's happening in the mysterious room unearthed by the miners. Our best guess is it's a repository of memories. So we're over here on Razorwind. It's kind of a murky day out, so kind of like boo-boo that we're going to be doing tours under such a muggy weather. It's actually kind of muggy outside my place right now. But from the main road or beach area, we go into this spot, which is a very not often used lot, if I recall from memory, but really well dressed because it's using both the available decor with like these big trees, but then they added more to, make it flow quite naturally. So we go in under the trellis, past the corner store in the mailbox, and we're greeted, typical for like these large houses, these large orc houses, gotta have some big greens to dress the side to make it feel like this natural structure. Otherwise, because it's an orc structure, it also feels very natural for like the whole Warcraft setting because, we're kind of used to, at least RTS folks like me, we're used to, just dropping down buildings on, serene meadows or beaches or flaming rocks, because that's totally fine. But we have like all this dressing here, greens, curtains on the side, but then also, past this bigger extension, because this is a medium-sized house, we have this greenhouse set up over here. Seems to be closed off, so it's meant to be mostly for observation. And I got special cactuses over here, or cacti for people who want to be, grammatically correct. Let's go across here because there's like quite a climb up ahead. So this will invite us to the top of the structure, and we're going up what looks like these little benches. Bench. Oh, and then table, and then bench. Actually, I think these are tables too, right? These are footrests. Ah, okay. So you know what? This actually is pretty in character for working the stairs. Haven't really seen this being used, so kind of neat. A very little used piece of decor. From here, it takes us to this whole upper area, which invites us for snackies, observation, and all that, and good air. Remember, we're on Razorwind, and so because of that, by its nature, like we're on the beach. It's like and because we're so close to the water, it's nice and airy. We got good breezes coming in. It's also pretty warm too, over in this spot. So, really nice vibes that we can get out of here. It's also kind of secluded too, because we have this gazebo sort of setup, but we can see like if there's like intruders coming and all that coming from off the waters, we can spy on our neighbors just a little bit because remember these houses are just like freaking ginormous. But it's cool because they have their own like little platforms and everything set up. Not as elaborate as the Blood Elf housing, but still really, really cool. We're gonna glide our way down because I think we are ready to check out the inside. If I'm allowed to. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah. So here's like front door. You come out, and this is what you come out to. I want to point this out because when you have a beach view like this, it's just good, really good. So like there's a party over there. At least it's really far away, so that way no one's making too much noise and all that. That way folks here in the daycare and whatnot, they're not going to be bothered as much. I need to change this thing. Here we go, battle mode right here. I'll take this out too. All right. All right, so as soon as we walk in, we have this closet. It's already closing us off. So this is like kind of like the pre-entrance of sorts. It's like, rinse your hands off. But then people will be like, wait, you're not supposed to rinse your hands off. That's just there for decorative reasons. But it's like, it's there. If I want to do a quick rinse. But we are invited to lay our stuff down. We have line there to like hang our coats and all that. And as we walk in, we have this nice entrance coming in. Immediately invited to sit down. So this is like this is a hospitality house for the guild, kind of a support area. So we should expect folks to like regularly walk in, lots of foot traffic coming in, people coming in with their kids and whatnot. So you want to have like this really like bright and inviting setup when you first walk in. So that way everyone feels, again, welcomed as soon as they pop into the spot. So nice job of, I was talking about this a little bit earlier. It's like, what do you do about corners? Sometimes people struggle with corners and what to like fill it out with. Sometimes you could just use something very intrusive like the privacy screen, even though there's like nothing behind it, and be like, boom, we have our shot. And yeah, we have our shot, nice and easy. Centerpiece though, this wall panel, this cool aquarium setup. It's being framed by the usual jewel crafting table. And then the base, we have a razor wind table. And then inside, we can sort of see inside, all little fixins. Limited on the animation here. Like we just really have like the moonstone that's doing most of the work there. And it looks like there might be a moon wall down there. It's just like really far down. So it's very, very subtle, which is pretty cool. Because that way it doesn't feel like it's like, oh my God, they're pumping in too much air. That's going to be bad for like the fishies and all that. So I like the natural look of this right here. Some folks, they like to have like a more active animation going. That way it like draws people in. But as something that is, something that wants to be pleasing to the eye, but doesn't want to like just grab too much of the attention or otherwise almost be an eyesore because it's like, oh my God, all these swirlies. I think, this subtle touch right here works out really well. From here, this is all kind of like walled or like dressed up with these rugs. Nice and easy. And of course, we got Sassy Dragon to kind of keep the kids in line or keep folks in line because we're all just kids here. Interesting touch by using these like little fell consoles as if she's like, as if she has like, emerald magic or dragony magic and all that stuff with which to smite our enemies. But I think that's still really cool. So we're invited to go left, center, right. Okay, maybe not so much to the right. I think we're going to go through the middle first because I feel like this is going to be like a spot where, well, let's just see what we got. Taking a gamble here. So we go in and immediate coffee and snacks. So it almost feels like, all right, guys, we're going to have a little bit of a meeting here, gather around, just go ahead and grab stuff. But it's not like we have like the whole round table of sorts, just go ahead. It's very corporate almost, like a little cafeteria of sorts. Grab the things that we set up this morning, Jerry brought donuts and, and Betty brought like the coffee and all that stuff. So come on. And of course, feel free to like donate as much as you want because they did their best. They went out of their way on their commute to like bring their stuff over, so be nice. All that. But there is a grand kitchen. Interesting. We have a two-way kitchen, which means you have like your proper etiquette, your entrance and exit as people are like coming in. So it looks like this place can pop pretty hard too. It's not just folks bringing donuts from outside. They can bring in supplies on their own. And dude, this kitchen is quite industrialized. This thing is made for work. So we have like a lot of pantry work that's going on. And I actually really like this shot here. I'll go back to that in a bit. We got the pantry stuffs. Right from the jump, but then we'll like hop over here and we'll check out the kitchen area. Nice and simple setup here. We got crates that are making up both the basically I'm talking about how it works as both the counter and the surface, because they threw in some handles there. They add a little bit more surface there, so it's like okay for like flat stuff. Grill is going, it's more like a hot plate. That's going to be the interpretation I'm going to go with. And then from here, we have open burners as well, with all the little gadgetry and whatnot to make it feel alive. Let me turn that off. Let me see how dark it gets. If it does get dark. Can I click that one? Nope. Can I click that one? Nope. Oh, well. We have our pizza-like oven, and then this huge vent. Ah, that's an interesting way of going about it. Let's just throw a huge old thing over the like the whole mess, and that'll cover it. That's pretty good. Now, this fridge setup, this almost feels like a prison. It's like, what are you having here, guys? People. No, not people. They were people, but then we killed them, and then we put them in, and now they're dead people that are hanging upside. Yeah, so it's that kind of size fridge. Very intense. I'm very intimidated by this fridge, but I think we have a walk-in setup. Yeah, we have a walk. I'm not gonna walk in because then they'll lock it in behind me, and then I'm dead. But yeah, neat stuff. Very, very cool. This is almost like one of those like industrial freezers where you do like super freeze dry stuff. You know, things will get a flash freezing. There you go. And what do you put in there? Bodies. Oh, dude. Okay, this kitchen is a mess. this is a hot mess. You have all these dishes strewn about, dude. Is no one coming in to help out? Do the kids not come in and provide some assistance? I guess not. But check out the tiled wall. Oh, that is some work, dude. That is some work. Oh, that's a lot of decor tools. That's a good. Actually, no, maybe not. These little opals, they go for like 10 a pop. And then you get like at least like 30 or so per match, and there's like a daily that you do, and you get 50 from there. But yeah, good idea stocking up on these before they cost Marl or like something else, because then that'll be like pretty crazy. But yeah, really interesting setup with the whole tiling there. I was waiting for someone to do something like this. So really good job there. Now, I'm going back here again, and I wanted to sort of admire just like this far shot, because as a kind of cafeteria spot, it's got to feel like kind of like bright, and also, I don't know, it has this whole like cool bright feeling coming from there's like a subtle glow that comes from like these windows, even if they're facing outwards, that gives this kind of lighting effect. And I like that. I find that really cool. But we also have some fantastic views of the outside too. I feel like there's like the hills that they're trying to depict, which are actually, I think, no, those are rugs. I wasn't sure if that was like dirt or whatnot. It might be dirt, and the windows are so bright that they're making the dirt like not look nearly as brown. They almost look green. So I think that's really cool. I think that's a pretty good idea, actually, if you want to just use lighting to like make those loam dirt piles look like hills. There won't be anything that you can walk on because there's no clip, but you can try to accomplish like that sort of illusion. I think this does a really good job of it. Dude, these flowers are huge. just notice that. Massive. How do they support themselves, dude? All right, and then what do we have here? So we go into this kind of like stagey area. Yeah, so from here, you know, now we have like some open windows. So this one is a bit more fancy. This is for like the family, right, or whatnot, right? Folks come in, you know, it's like, you know, yeah, folks will suffer them with their kids and everything. They'll have their meals and all that. But then you cross over, you know, it's pretty open too, but you cross over and like, okay, here's where a bit of a fancier dining happens here. The nicer foods, you know, the alcohol and all that. And of course, we got this cool stage setup. Really good idea here by using this cabinet and using the framing here as part of the stage. So like here, when we angle it like this, right, we get like a really good shot. I like that. Very, very convincing. From here, tables are being used as walls. Nice touch. Very artsy, you know, which is like the intent here. I dig it. Again, the lighting pops. And let's see what's behind the stage here. Fell, stop, fell, stop, fell. No, it's probably not. It's going to be not okay. Even better. Nothing. All right, so let's retreat. We'll head back and oh, we got to go all the way back. Previous room here. That's the front door. So now we're going this way. So we go in. We're invited to go up. This is a stairwell room, looks like. And here is, oh, this is where the kids are. Oh, they're having such a good time. What are they playing right now? They're playing like race cars and stuff. So like lion versus puppy. Dude, puppy's gonna smoke them. Dude, they're launched, or they're launching, like he's straight up like in the air and everything. Maybe that's a bug, or maybe that's the intent or whatnot. But dude, that's a really intense that's a really intense like kind of like cart setup that we have going on here. That's neat. Dude, give me a whole track of stuff like that. But yeah, we got like these kids cheering them on, and what are they doing? They're betting, right? They're logging on to like Kalshi, FanDuel, whatever or whatnot, and they'll be like, all right, who's gonna get this and this? Well, you know, I'm still betting on the war, you know, and who's gonna start the next Horde and Alliance war? Well, I'm gonna say that it's not gonna happen until like, you know, 3 weeks from now. Well, I'm gonna say 3 weeks and 4 days, because the odds of that, oh man, I'm gonna come out big if it turns out to be true. So yeah, these kids, you know, these kids are trying to hustle. They're trying to hustle. You know, it starts off with these races, but then it's just going to keep scaling up, you know, as soon as they get more access to money and crypto and all that stuff. Otherwise, we have a bunch of fun stuff going on. Cool stuff like some like arcade basketball. Very cool. They're also painting. They're doing so great as well. Painting, sculpting. And then what other fun stuff do the kids have? Oh, it's story time. Hell yeah, dude. All right, so here's Uncle Soul reading the story of like how his guild failed to take down Lura again because, what was it this time? We were short on healers. and that's why we didn't get AOTC again last night. And then they're all asleep. Mission accomplished. I'm really good at that stuff, by the way. All right. What else do we have here? Places to sit, relax, nap time. Are the gnomes like little babysitters of sorts? I feel like they might be. So this guild enslaved gnomes to watch the kids. Nah, I'm sure they get paid. Or at least they give them the illusion of getting paid. So that's the kids' bot. Well, let's look at what else is going on. Now they mentioned something about blast on a hole in a wall. So like there's the engineering equipment that we saw from a little bit earlier. I see no hole. And this happens to be a stairwell room, so I'm not going to see like this sudden portal into Fellville or anything. Well, let's start heading up and we'll explore what else this place has to offer. We climb up, we got banners lining the walls. You know, it feels like it's like a, you know, representation of what the guild is and what it has to offer. Jack and Jill are like arguing about like something that they're reading in the book. They're saying no, something Harry Potter stuff. I don't know. That's kind of what first comes to mind. So we cross over, and again, I want to point out that just how filled out the walls are. Yeah, not too filled, but it has everything that we need. And then we enter the bathroom. Oh, this is a very wide bowl. Let me have a seat real quick. I mean, it works out, but it's almost like this whole overhead thing. Like imagine like a toilet that big, this big, and then it almost kind of like wants to hug you and surround you and all that. I would totally fall in. My little blood elf booty. Yeah. Oh, dude. So, got some, that's either me, a reflection of me, or this is just like branding. This has total like, you know, Wicked Queen vibes. Especially because you have like the effects here. Who's the fairest of them all? And I'm like, you are, because you're gonna like get me killed somehow or something like that. That is funny. All right. So we go into this box. So we're at the top of the stairwell room. We enter this new room, which seems to be like a fairly large room. It's being cut into different pieces. And it seems to be seems to be a lot. We're invited to get drinks. Cool. So if I'm here, you know, I'm grabbing a mug, filling stuff up, and then I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna like kind of wait here for a bit. Okay, let me at least look in here because we have like somebody's bedroom. Extremely well lit, but they do have like some snackies set aside. They are a wizard. They got their wizard cloak and everything. It's like, oh my god, where did you get that? Where did you get that cloak? I got it at the tent store. The tent store? Yeah, just don't ask. It's just, you know, it's nice though. Ha ha ha. Love it. So here I am, mug in hand, and we enter. Oh, interesting. Now, what is being depicted here? Now, what I find interesting here is, okay, well, first I want to admire like these wall panels, because we have like these cool shots being set up to give us glimpses into, you know, different places in Azeroth to conquer, perhaps. Now, the question that I have is, are these like portals of sorts? Could be. I really like the gradients that are being used here, because you see like really solid, so like there's like one light that's back there, and you have like this nice soft purple going up against the wall here. I think that's just a rug of sorts. Yeah, that's like just a rug. But yeah, you have those sorts of effects going on, and you're letting like those lights just sort of dance together. Really nice. But then we also have like battle plans going on here. And here's what I'm most curious about is that, you know, we have what feels like the diorama, but we also have a telescope there too. So it's like, how, you know, is there like some cool technological stuff that's happening here? Like, is this a window to an actual location? I don't know. But I do find the whole setup like pretty neat. So it's not portals, they're windows overlooking the area for security. Ah, okay. So this is a window to the outside. That's neat. So this is Razorwind, right? This is Razorwind. And in their interpretation of Razorwind, Razorwind's got trains. Dude, that's awesome. Dude, they gotta have trains in the neighborhoods. That'd be sick. And they'll take us to like different locations. Oh, that'd be awesome. Blizzard, come on. Let's go ahead and do that. But yeah. Really cool setup there. Then they'll like plan stuff and deploy troops and all that. I like that. That's neat. So we cross through that kind of like outside war planning room and into where all the industry happens. We're making stuff. The tools of war and fun and war, because, well, in this universe, war is pretty fun. All the things to make, you know, weapons, poisons, different concoctions, vehicles. Ooh, that's cool. I wonder if that happens to be a vehicle. Basically all the crafting stations. Oh, that's cool. That's a neat depiction of a sewing machine. Quite industrialized. That's pretty sick. We got our racks of cloth and linen and string and stuff to be processed. I dig that. But yeah, this engineering thing. Yeah, they made their own like special tank of sorts. Nice. And of course, that's drilling into like further adventures into the unknown. Okay, that's crazy because we went up the stairs and we found lava in this area. Well, that's crazy. Oh boy. Yeah, so it's almost like this place is built into a mountain of sorts. Let's double check my path. Yeah, okay, so there's a door there. And we got like these big old skylights as well. So very, very bright in these work areas because it's gotta be, you know, you gotta do your precision stuff. You want to have things be well lit. Might as well have a skylight if you can get away with it. That's going to take us outside, but I also want to peek into what's here. I have a feeling I should go here first. So we go into like this sort of like mining tunnel area. Ooh, it's really tight in here too. So yeah, definitely the whole feel of like, okay, this base is built into a sort of mountain. I didn't expect it to connect from upstairs though, but that's cool. Yeah, we continue to go through like these really like tight turns. Dude, okay, this is a crazy drill setup. But they managed to break through, but somehow unearthed a portal. Uh-oh. But where does it take us? Oh. Alright, so we are... This kind of has a Caverns of Time sort of feel. Because we're seeing things from like all sorts of different places. Different sorts of setups. So this has a battleground kind of feel. This has a... Maybe that's a vanilla. TBC. Would I say this is Wrath? Sure. Cataclysm. Mists. Warlords. Yeah, we're seeing all the expansions. That's cool. Legion. Right? We got some Battle for Azeroth stuff. Shadowlands. Shadowlands things. Dragonflights. War Within. And then interesting how this is the depiction of midnight. Oh, I guess Blood Elf stuff, right? Blood Elf stuff. But then also I feel like the whole housing thing too. Neat. Very neat interpretation of you know, this is the WoW room, right? This is the Warcraft room. Right in the center, feels like we have a dedication to absent friends. Happens in long running guilds. Very cool. Very, very cool. So let's retreat back through this portal, and then we have that other skybox room that I think I saw. Kind of neat little thing they have set up over here. Like this is a crazy. They made a super deluxe drill setup. That's neat. That's remembering lost classic tunes. Right on, dude. Right on. Oh, just noticed the canary. Everything's fine. Until we ran into like that whole portal, but well, everything seems to be fine on the other end at least. All right, so this cuts through back to the profession spot and into another outdoor spot. Ah, very airy here. And we also have a whole shower set up here too. Oh, interesting. So after a fun day of doing stuff outside, we get ourselves like rinsed off, bath mat, boom, 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 wipe our feet, get our clothes together, and we're good to go. But first, let's see what is out here. It's the beach. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh, this is good. This is good. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see. Where should I stop? I'm gonna stop like right here for a second. So here's the angle, right? You know, we got the water ahead of us. We have this sort of perspective check up ahead. You can see those like boats. Some of them getting smaller as we go further back there. We have like this hilly area, and then the lighthouse over there on that far end. But I mean, those boats are like further back anyway. Cool setup. Cool setup. So I'm gonna pan around and see what else we got here. So when we come out, you know, big structures to kind of lead us out. So great job with the illusion. Since we're on the beach, you know, we can kind of get away with, of course, up ahead, you know, we can kind of like leave things sort of empty looking. But what we have here is, first off, you know, this big meadowy parts until it spills into the beach, and then we get into the water and everything. And we have some Miss Murgles who are hanging out, doing their thing, flying kites. I think these are also some of the workers that work like they look like kids, but they're actually like people who were sort of in charge of the daycare. They're like, yo, we got to get away for a bit. We got to get out of the house and like relax a little bit. They got some barbecue stuff going, which is incredibly unsafe. Having that sort of fire going right next to the dried plants and all that stuff, that's brave. Maybe they don't care. It's like, yo, we're supposed to burn this stuff anyway, so we might as well just get rid of it. And there's nothing else around us, so like it's fine. But yeah, let's get closer. We'll take a look at the we'll break down the illusions here. We've got like a little lobster looking guy there, some water effects in different spots, and then here are bathtubs. Haha, bathtub being used as boats. to help set up that illusion. And like simple setups to for the water and everything. Yeah, nice and simple. Of course, it's most enjoyed from back here, and you see how everything lands together pretty cleanly. Yeah. Also makes me laugh free, but he's like, no, I'm just chilling, dude. I'm just chilling like everyone else. I'm gonna grab some wine in just a bit too. Yeah, very awesome setup. And I think we've seen everything. I think. Was there anything I missed? Hidden treasure loft. Oh, actually, there's a something about a treasure loft in the main bedroom. All right, so let's see. I remember one. Actually, wait. This is a spot. Hold on. I totally didn't see this. Haha. All right. So now, this is the bedroom that was mentioned. Nice. So that was just hidden in the profession area. Here's where the boss can finally rest, have a little bit of privacy. Although I don't know how they can have a whole lot of privacy because the profession stuff is just like right next door. So it's got to be like a total lots of noise pollution. Unless this is all soundproof and magical and all that stuff, that'll work out. Because otherwise people be like, all right, yo, I'm gonna relax, guys. So y'all just kind of like shut up or whatever, and cool. All right. And then we'll jump right in. Oh my God. Ugh. Don't even have time to take off the armor. We gotta immediately jump in, relax, take a load off from a lovely night of wiping. Then we sit, enjoy some snacks, and then think of girls. Oh, I think they got a crush on someone. Okay, girls, guys, I'm not sure who the leader is, but yeah, they're thinking about their crush. Oh, that's darling. Very romantic. So this is like their kind of like a romantic refuge. Oh, and we have, wait, hold on. There's more. There's more to this room. This happens to be a stairwell room. So we go across and then we climb up these coffins, right? Into mysterious. Ah, so here's the treasure room that they talked about. Nice. Treasures from all the land, slightly obscured by these greens. So not only are they lamenting their love life, but also hoarding all the treasures and stuff. All right, so I believe this does take care of everything, right? I think now we've seen everything in the place. Very cool.